Picture this. You're scrolling through real estate listings, expecting sky-high prices, but instead, you stumble upon acres of land priced lower than your last vacation. Sounds crazy, right? But in 2025, it's not just possible, it's happening. If you've ever dreamed of owning land, whether for a future home, investment, or just bragging rights, now is the time. Land prices are more affordable than ever in certain states, and we're about to dive into the absolute best deals across the country. Stay with us till the end, because our number one pick might just blow your mind. Nevada. When most people think of this state, their minds jump straight to Las Vegas, flashing neon lights and 24/7 entertainment. But step outside the city, and you'll find some of the cheapest land in the entire country. We're talking as low as $1,500 per acre. That's cheaper than a Vegas weekend if you don't watch your spending at the blackjack table. Now, let's be real, Nevada is mostly desert, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you love wide-open spaces, rugged mountain landscapes, and some of the best sunsets on the planet, this state might just be your dream location. And don't forget, Nevada has no state income tax. That's right, zero. Whether you're making six figures or just getting by, you keep more of what you earn. Cost of living? It depends on where you settle. While Reno and Las Vegas can be pricey, rural Nevada is shockingly affordable. The median home price sits around $350,000, but if you're looking in small towns like Ely or Winnemucca, you can snag a house for under $200,000. And when it comes to property taxes, you'll find some of the lowest rates in the country. What about jobs? Nevada's economy isn't just casinos and tourism. The state is also a major hub for mining, renewable energy, and logistics. Tesla's Gigafactory outside Reno is one of the largest battery production facilities in the world, bringing high-paying tech jobs to the region. And if you're into remote work, living here is a no-brainer. Low taxes and low cost of living mean you get to keep more of your hard-earned money. But let's talk lifestyle, because Nevada offers more than just affordability. The state is an outdoor paradise. Whether you're into hiking, off-roading, or just escaping into the mountains, Nevada has it all. Lake Tahoe? One of the most breathtaking destinations in the U.S. Red Rock Canyon? A dream for climbers and adventurers. And if you want a little fun, Vegas is always just a road trip away. Of course, no place is perfect. Nevada's climate is dry and hot, and water can be an issue in some rural areas. And if you're expecting lush green landscapes, well, let's just say you'll need to adjust to the beauty of the desert. But if you're looking for cheap land, no income tax, and endless adventure, Nevada is one of the smartest choices in 2025. Arkansas. If you're looking for dirt-cheap land that doesn't mean sacrificing quality of life, this is it. Imagine rolling hills, peaceful forests, and rivers winding through a state that's criminally underrated. And the best part? You can snatch up land here for as little as $3,000 per acre. That's right, cheaper than your average monthly rent in New York City. Now, let's talk about cost of living. Arkansas ranks among the most affordable states in the country. The median home price? Just $180,000. Compare that to the national average of over $400,000, and suddenly, Arkansas looks like a gold mine. Groceries, gas, and utilities, all significantly lower than what you'd find on the coasts. You could live like a king here on a budget that would barely get you by in California. What's the catch? Well, if you're a fan of bustling cities and high-end nightlife, Arkansas might not be your scene. But if you're after natural beauty, a slower pace of life, and the kind of small-town charm that feels like a warm hug, you'll love it here. Take a drive through the Ozarks, and you'll see why so many people fall in love with this place. The landscape is stunning. Thick forests, crystal clear lakes, and mountains that look like they belong in a painting. Outdoor lovers, take note. Arkansas is an adventurer's paradise with world-class hiking, fishing, and some of the best hidden gem camping spots in the country. And let's not forget about Little Rock. The state capital isn't just a political hub. It's a growing city with an underrated food scene, affordable housing, and a job market that's steadily improving. Major employers in healthcare, manufacturing, and transportation keep the economy stable. And if remote work is your thing, you'll have no trouble setting up shop in this state. Oh, and did we mention taxes? Arkansas has one of the lowest property tax rates in the nation. So not only is the land cheap to buy, but it's also incredibly affordable to own long-term. So, what's the verdict? If you're searching for affordable land, stunning nature, and a low cost of living, Arkansas should be on your radar. Sure, it's not a major metropolis, but if wide open spaces and financial freedom sound appealing, this might just be your dream destination. New Mexico. If you're looking for jaw-dropping landscapes, wide open spaces, and some of the most affordable land in the country, this is your spot. Imagine waking up to fiery desert sunrises, towering mesas, and skies so clear you can see the Milky Way every night. And the price tag? Land here sells for as little as $1,500 per acre. That's right, you could own 10 acres for less than a used car. Now, before you think it's just barren desert, let's clear that up. Yes, parts of New Mexico are arid, but this state has far more variety than people give it credit for. From the snowy peaks of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains to the lush forests around Ruidoso, this place is full of surprises. The cost of living here? Ridiculously low. The median home price is around $250,000, well below the national average. Property taxes? Some of the lowest in the country. Utilities and groceries? Affordable compared to neighboring states like Colorado and Arizona. And if you're worried about income tax, don't be. New Mexico offers plenty of deductions, making it friendly for retirees and remote workers alike. Speaking of work, what's the economy like? While New Mexico isn't a major corporate hub, it has strong industries in energy, aerospace, and film production. That's right, Albuquerque and Santa Fe have become major players in the movie industry thanks to generous tax incentives. Ever seen Breaking Bad? That was filmed right here. But let's get to the real reason people move here: the lifestyle. New Mexico is an outdoor lover's paradise. Whether you're hiking the otherworldly landscapes of White Sands National Park, soaking in the natural hot springs of Truth or Consequences, or skiing in Taos, you'll never run out of adventure. And let's talk culture, because this state has it in spades. Santa Fe is home to one of the most vibrant art scenes in the country, packed with galleries, museums, and unique adobe architecture that makes the whole city feel like a living work of art. Love spicy food? New Mexico's green chili is legendary. People here put it on everything, from burgers to pizza to breakfast burritos. Of course, no place is perfect. If you need big city amenities, New Mexico might not be for you. Outside of Albuquerque and Santa Fe, things get pretty rural. And yes, some areas have infrastructure challenges. But if you're looking for affordable land and a breathtaking backdrop for your next adventure, it doesn't get much better than this. Bottom line, if you want cheap land, stunning scenery, and a laid-back lifestyle, New Mexico is calling your name. South Dakota. If you want affordable land, low taxes, and breathtaking scenery, this might be your perfect match. With land prices averaging around $2,000 per acre, you can own a serious slice of the American heartland for less than what some people pay in rent for a single month. But South Dakota isn't just about cheap land, it's about freedom. No state income tax, no corporate income tax, no personal property tax. If you're tired of watching your paycheck disappear, Moving here could be one of the best financial decisions you ever make. And life here? Surprisingly good. The median home price is around $275,000, but in smaller towns, you can still find homes under $150,000. Groceries, utilities, and everyday expenses? All well below the national average. Your dollar stretches further here than in most other states, which means less financial stress and more money in your pocket. But what about jobs? South Dakota has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country, thanks to strong industries in agriculture, healthcare, and manufacturing. And if you're a remote worker, you'll love it here. Low cost of living, zero income tax, and high-speed internet, even in rural areas, make this state a hidden gem for digital nomads. Now, let's talk about why people fall in love with South Dakota. If you're a fan of wide-open spaces, national parks, and outdoor adventure, this state is unbeatable. The Badlands? Otherworldly. The Black Hills? A hiker's paradise. And let's not forget Mount Rushmore, because, come on, where else can you live near one of the most iconic landmarks in the U.S.? Sure, the winters here can be brutal. There's no sugarcoating that. If you can't handle snow and cold, this might not be your dream location. But if you can tough it out, South Dakota rewards you with affordability, natural beauty, and financial freedom that's hard to beat. Tennessee. If you're looking for affordable land, low taxes, and a booming economy, this might be the jackpot. Land prices? As low as $3,000 per acre in rural areas, making it one of the best states in the country for snagging a bargain. And it's not just about affordability. Tennessee is exploding with opportunity, from the vibrant music scene in Nashville to the breathtaking Smoky Mountains. Let's talk housing costs. The median home price is around $315,000, but in smaller towns and rural areas, you can still find houses under $200,000. If you're looking to rent, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment is about $1,200, significantly cheaper than most major cities. Combine that with zero state income tax, and suddenly, Tennessee looks like an incredible financial move. The state's economy is thriving. With major industries in healthcare, automotive manufacturing, and tourism, Tennessee boasts one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country. Companies like Nissan, FedEx, and Amazon have major operations here, and if you're a remote worker, the cost of living makes this state a dream destination. And life here? Absolutely unbeatable. Whether you want the electric energy of Nashville, the historic charm of Memphis, or the peaceful serenity of East Tennessee's mountains, you've got options. Tennessee is a paradise for outdoor lovers, with hiking, fishing, and boating on stunning lakes like Lake Norris and Percy Priest. And, of course, let's not forget Great Smoky Mountains National Park, the most visited national park in the country. Any downsides? Well, property taxes are slightly higher than in some neighboring states, and some areas are seeing rapid growth, meaning housing prices are rising. But if you move fast, you can still snag an incredible deal. With affordable land, financial perks, and an unmatched lifestyle, Tennessee is a prime spot for anyone looking to invest in their future. West Virginia. If you've ever dreamed of owning mountain land for the price of a used car, this is your chance. With land prices averaging around $12,500 per acre, West Virginia is one of the most affordable places in America to buy property, especially if you love rolling hills, deep forests, and breathtaking views. And let's talk about homes. The median home price is under $160,000, and in some rural areas, you can still find livable houses for under $100,000. Imagine owning an entire property for less than a year's rent in New York City. Property taxes? Among the lowest in the country. If you're looking for a place where your money actually works for you, West Virginia is calling. But affordability isn't the only selling point. Life here is peaceful, scenic, and refreshingly slow-paced. Picture yourself waking up to misty mountain sunrises, sipping coffee on your porch, while surrounded by some of the most stunning landscapes in America. And if you love the outdoors, you're in for a treat. Hiking, fishing, hunting, whitewater rafting. West Virginia is an adventurer's paradise. The New River Gorge National Park alone is worth moving here for. Economy-wise, West Virginia has traditionally been tied to coal mining and manufacturing, but in recent years, it's seen growth in tourism, healthcare, and remote work opportunities. If you're self-employed or work online, you'll love the fact that your cost of living here is almost half of what it would be in many major cities. Now, let's be real. West Virginia isn't for everyone. If you're looking for big city amenities, fast-paced living, or a booming tech industry, you might struggle here. And yes, some areas have struggled with economic downturns. But if you want affordable land, stunning nature, and a quieter, more relaxed lifestyle, West Virginia might just be one of the best-kept secrets in America. Kentucky. Known for its lush rolling hills, bourbon distilleries, and world-class horse racing, Kentucky is a place where you can own a chunk of paradise for a fraction of what you'd pay elsewhere. Land here can go for as little as $2,500 per acre, and if you're looking for something even cheaper, smaller plots can be yours for a song. Think about that for a moment. A sprawling farm in Kentucky for less than a new smartphone. It's not a dream, it's reality in 2025. But it's not just the land that's affordable. The median home price hovers around $250,000, which is an absolute steal when you consider the gorgeous countryside, mild climate, and charming small towns you get in return. And if you're willing to head into the more rural areas, you can easily find homes for under $150,000, leaving plenty of room in your budget for everything from a new car to some high-quality bourbon. What makes Kentucky so appealing? The cost of living here is well below the national average. The state is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts who enjoy hiking, fishing, and horseback riding. There are also countless local attractions to explore, from the Mammoth Cave National Park, the world's longest cave system, to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, which is practically a pilgrimage for fans of fine spirits. But let's not ignore the work side of things. Kentucky is known for its strong agricultural industry, especially when it comes to tobacco, bourbon, and livestock. However, the state has also seen growth in manufacturing and automotive industries, with companies like Toyota and Ford having major operations here. And if you're someone who loves the flexibility of remote work, you'll find that Kentucky's low cost of living is a massive advantage for your wallet. Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The state has a higher-than-average poverty rate in some rural areas, and certain parts of Kentucky face economic challenges. But if you're looking for affordable land, a relaxed lifestyle, and a sense of history and culture, Kentucky is a perfect blend of value and opportunity. West Texas. If you've ever dreamed of owning a massive piece of land for next to nothing, this is your golden ticket. We're talking about acres upon acres of land selling for as little as $1,000 per acre, cheaper than a monthly car payment in some cities. Now, let's be clear, Texas is huge, and when we say West Texas, we mean the wide open spaces, the rugged beauty, and the kind of isolation that makes you feel like you own your own frontier. Think big skies, red rock deserts, and sunsets that look like a painting. If you want room to breathe, and then some, this is the place. The cost of living? One of the lowest in the country. The median home price is just $180,000, and in some areas, you can still find homes under $100,000. Try finding that in California. Groceries, gas, and utilities, all on the cheaper side thanks to Texas' business-friendly policies and lack of state income tax. That's right, Texas won't take a dime from your paycheck. And if you're thinking, but what about jobs? good news. The Texas economy is one of the strongest in the nation, with major industries in energy, agriculture, and technology. While West Texas isn't exactly a tech hub, the oil and gas industry here is booming, and remote work has made it easier than ever to live anywhere. If you've got an internet connection, you can make West Texas your home base. But what's life really like out here? Well, if you're the kind of person who craves nature, this place is a dream come true. Big Bend National Park is one of the most underrated gems in the U.S., with stunning canyons, endless hiking trails, and some of the best stargazing on the planet. Ever wanted to see the Milky Way with zero light pollution? This is the place. And then there's the Texan culture. Even in the most remote areas, you'll find friendly locals, great BBQ, and small-town charm that makes you feel right at home. Plus, if you ever need a taste of city life, San Antonio, Austin, and Houston are just a road trip away. Of course, no place is perfect. The summers? Brutally hot. The landscape? Mostly desert. And if you're looking for a buzzing nightlife, you won't find it in the middle of nowhere. But if affordable land, low taxes, and endless freedom sound good to you, West Texas might just be your perfect match. Mississippi. If you're looking for some of the cheapest land in America without giving up greenery, water access, or southern charm, this is your state. How cheap are we talking? Try $20,500 per acre. Less than the price of a new iPhone. But land is just the beginning. Mississippi boasts one of the lowest costs of living in the country. The median home price sits around $160,000, and in some small towns, you can still find houses for under $100,000. That's not a typo. Actual, livable homes at a price that wouldn't even get you a parking space in San Francisco. Property taxes? Practically non-existent compared to other states. Now, let's talk lifestyle. Mississippi isn't just affordable, it's beautiful. Rolling farmland, thick forests, and miles of riverfront property along the Mississippi River mean you can find cheap land with stunning views. If you've ever dreamed of waking up to a sunrise over the water, this is one of the best places to do it, without breaking the bank. And if you love history, music, and food, you're in for a treat. Mississippi is the birthplace of blues music, home to legendary artists like B.B. King. The food? Southern comfort at its finest. Fried catfish, barbecue, and sweet tea that tastes like a warm hug. There's a reason people here have perfected the art of taking life slow and enjoying every moment. What about jobs? While Mississippi isn't an economic powerhouse like Texas, it has steady industries in manufacturing, agriculture, and shipbuilding. If you work remotely, even better. Your dollar will stretch further here than almost anywhere else in the country. Now, the downsides. Mississippi has some of the lowest wages in the U.S., so if you're relying on a local job, that's something to consider. And yes, summers here are hot and humid. You'll need a good air conditioner. But when you're living debt-free on land you actually own, that's a small price to pay. Bottom line, if cheap land, southern hospitality, and a laid-back lifestyle sound good to you, Mississippi is calling your name. Oklahoma. If you're looking for the ultimate combination of cheap land, low cost of living, and wide-open spaces, this is it. With land prices averaging around $2,000 per acre, in some areas, Oklahoma offers some of the most affordable real estate in the country. Whether you want a few acres for a quiet getaway or a full-blown ranch, this state gives you more land for your money than almost anywhere else. And it's not just about the land. The median home price sits around $200,000, which is less than half of what you'd pay in many coastal states. Renting? A one-bedroom apartment in Oklahoma City costs about $1,000 per month, while in smaller towns, rent can drop to as low as $700. On top of that, Oklahoma has some of the lowest property taxes in the nation, making homeownership even more affordable. Now, let's talk about the economy. Oklahoma has a strong energy sector, with oil and natural gas playing a huge role in the job market. But that's not all. The state has been expanding into aerospace, biotechnology, and manufacturing, bringing in new businesses and job opportunities. And if you work remotely? The low cost of living means your paycheck stretches further than ever. What's it like living here? Think big skies, stunning sunsets, and a strong sense of community. Oklahoma has a little bit of everything, from the lively city life in Oklahoma City and Tulsa to the quiet charm of small towns and rural countryside. If you love the outdoors, you'll find hiking, fishing, and boating at places like Lake Texoma and the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge. And if you're a fan of barbecue, Oklahoma's smoked brisket and ribs will ruin you for anything else. Of course, the weather can be unpredictable. Hot summers, the occasional tornado, but Oklahoma's affordability more than makes up for it. If you want cheap land, a growing economy, and an easygoing lifestyle, this state is an unbeatable choice.